Well, I was in grade 5 when I found out that I had dyslexia, and it just sort of made sense, you know. I was, behind from all my other peers.
It was at school in year 5.
I was almost happy to find out because it kind of explained so many things.
I didn't know what it was.
Because I wasn't able to read, I wasn't able to write, and everybody was teasing me that I knew.
A bit of relief and a bit of annoyance.
Before I found out, I thought it was my mum and dad's fault because maybe they didn't read to me as much.
I knew I made a lot of mistakes, but I just thought that was me just being dumb.
Relieved, because I found out that I wasn't failing just because I was stupid.
Finally made sense why I was the bottom of the class.
So I was tested this year.
So yeah, lived my whole life not really knowing that I had dyslexia, but knew something wasn't right.
Pretty excited when I found out because my dad had dyslexia.
I was just excited because I was like my big brother.
Like if you're diagnosed with something to do with learning, it's not a big deal and you understand it.
When I got that diagnosis, I was incredibly relieved and also shocked and upset that I hadn't had the support as a child that I could have had.
In my head, I'm working a lot harder.
I remember school being hard. I remember just spending a lot of my time in class being confused.
So those first 5 years were awful.
Academically, it was horrific.
The only way I can describe it is like trying to read a different language. Like none of it makes sense. It's just pictures with other little symbols on it.
We might be doing a task or just work at school, and all my friends understand what we're meant to be doing, and I just don't really get it.
Difficult in some ways.
I could remember sitting on the mat and deliberately positioning myself to look at other people's work so that I could get through.
People at school saying mean things, or even like teachers just making comments, or even like comparisons between me and like other people. It just kind of sits with you for a long time.
I constantly felt stupid, dumb, couldn't read or write at school.
I think it had a serious effect on our confidence at school.
It was really, really hard. And I left school really early, left school at 16,
I looked older than I was and I couldn't read and I couldn't write, so people didn't want to hang out with me or...
I had to leave the first school in grade 1 for the way that the teachers treated me.
It's hard with some work, having to do different work to other people.
Sometimes it can be a bit annoying when you can't understand things, but it's good when the teacher helps you, that's good.
I was quite humiliated in grade 6 because I couldn't do spelling tests and was always the last one on the mat.
I remember when I was in year 11 and 12, I got extra time in exams and lots of people said that was unfair.
Most teachers don't really understand unless they have like a dyslexic boyfriend or something like that. They kind of just say, well, I don't know what really to say. I don't know how to help you either.
That's harder for me.
I'd like to not have dyslexia, honestly. People always say, oh no, there's a gift there, and you're like, would you like to have it? And they never say yes. It's a damn hard thing to deal with.
Really, it's not something that people should be put down for.
We're not stupid.
When you tell somebody you have it, don't judge them.
I'd like people to know that it's very hard to have dyslexia.
That they shouldn't make fun of it because a lot of people in the world have it. And sometimes people can find it really offensive.
You have to survive in this world, and unfortunately, reading and writing is kind of put onto you as if you can't read and write, then you haven't got much to offer.
They misunderstand it that you'll never be able to spell or never be able to read, but you can.
If I woke up tomorrow and like somebody could just wave a magic wand and it would all go away, I would choose not to make it go away.
I like building things.
I really like doing stuff with my hands.
Well, with my billy cart, me and my brother, we welded a bull bar onto the front of it.
I love going surfing.
I really like doing art.
Helping Dad. I'm working on the farm and stuff in the shed.
I'm pretty good at basketball.
Starters and main courses, but I need to get better at desserts.
Sports, designing, and I guess building, so I'm into a lot of Lego. Good at making things with welder and grinders and stuff.
Another thing that I really want to do is I want to try to get to the Olympics in show jumping. I love show jumping. It's one of my favourites.
I'm pretty good at art. I mean, my spelling's horrendous, but the other bits of English I'm pretty good at.
Looking at big picture issues and not getting bogged down in detail.
Maths and science.
I think one of the benefits is just resilience.
I was successful in law because I figured out there was a formula.
It's a whole labyrinth of things that I'm good at. I'm a builder. It's numbers, lines and patterns. That's what I do best.
I think in my line of work as a paramedic, I think it's important to disclose with my partner. I also chose a bit of a team-based career because I knew that I was able to get some assistance in small areas that I might need.
It doesn't come up very often because I don't have to spell.
So my 3 degrees are nursing and then a Master of Public Health and Tropical Medicine and then a law degree.
For a while at work, I wouldn't tell people. But then I realised as a teacher that's something that I should disclose, because if I was a student and I knew my teacher was dyslexic, I would have loved it. It would have been so meaningful.
But it's also important not to be like, hi, my name's Phil and I'm dyslexic, and then you're put under this banner.
I do get worried in the academic realm. If I tell people I might be treated differently and they might think that I can't keep up.
One of the reasons I decided to be a teacher is I thought it would be like the least judgmental career, because teachers should understand the challenges.
It's construction, it's building, it's a completely different skill set. And I'm surrounded by dyslexics, architects, heaps of architects, heaps of builders, tradespeople, dyslexics everywhere. Yeah.
I have to work with a TA every day. They can help me reading questions and writing words down that I don't know.
I had teachers that helped me.
Well, Mum helps me a lot. We sat down and did some work with a book called Toe by Toe, and I did that, and it took me a year to finish the book, and it has really, really helped. Even though I hate to admit it, because I hated it, it has really helped.
We all deal with dyslexia, and our mum became a tutor for it, so.
It's just a dyslexic family, I guess. We're not alone.
I go to a tutor. At school, we don't really have anybody like that.
We just have the support from my wife, Ned's mother, because she's had the training and is able to help us. Yeah.
So university was actually better than high school for me because I got so much support.
I think I have this reader pen that's helped me a lot, but it's a bit expensive.
So every morning except for Mondays, because I have some music lessons, me and my mum work till 10 o'clock. Kind of the one thing that's helped me a lot.
I was an atrocious speller, so I got one-on-one attention and my spelling rates very quickly went up. But as soon as I moved to the next class in the next year, straight back down again.
I remember when I was in, I think year 9, I had one-on-one tutoring at my school, and I was just learning basic phonics, and this is late high school. I think going back, even at that age, and just doing the basics was like the best thing.
I would say it's mum, you know, she gave up her job to do something else and help us and help the community. You know, I just thought it was great and strong.
Well, I saw a speech therapist and that really helped me and I'm still seeing one.
In the end, it wasn't so bad. I've worked hard on my reading and now I can read whole books in a week.
Definitely think like going up to learning support and having that one-on-one learning has definitely helped me a lot.
It was a lot of work, but it paid off.
I feel like we should clarify that we can read currently.
Awareness, basically. Yeah. I want people in the education department to be more aware.
There's a lot of misconceptions around dyslexia and what it actually is.
The teaching itself, I think lots of schools don't follow the science of reading, unfortunately. And there's so much evidence behind that for dyslexic students and just all students in general. It doesn't just help dyslexic students.
More awareness.
And changing existing systems and funding. Like, you know, this is grossly underfunded. Yeah.
The primary school system, because that is awful for dyslexic people. Like, in primary school, it's mainly just learning to read, and the way they teach it just doesn't work for dyslexic people at all.
Talkable iPads and stuff like Apple.
You need to like give them step-by-step instructions, otherwise they don't get it. It just goes straight over their head most of the time.
And maybe like laptops that you can talk into the right words.
For old teachers, I know this might be a bit hard to get them trained to know what dyslexia means and how to deal with it.
I would like to be an architect, a farmer.
I want to be a farmer when I grow up.
I'd like to go into engineering when I'm older.
Teaching in the early learninghood and just, you know, understanding what other little kids are going through who have dyslexia.
I'd like to be a farmer and an artist.
Definitely be a chef.
Me and my best friend are hoping to open up a school for dyslexic and ADHD kids.
Health, I guess. I'm really quite interested in the whole how humans and their brains and bodies work.
Hard work.
Colourful.
Different.
Challenging.
Hard.
I don't know, maybe challenging.
Yeah, it would just be hard.
Annoying.
Tricky. Strange.
It's hard, but awesome as well.